Welcome back to Manchester. It's Cup final day. It's a chance to gain the treble. Yes, we are playing Norwich, obviously at Wembley. The league season has finished. We ended with 3 more wins. West Ham, Crystal Palace, Leeds. Well, we went down to 10 men. I'll show you what for in a moment, and see if you agree with me whether... And I know it's the match engine not necessarily showing exactly what happened and how it happened, but when the commentary comes up, it didn't look like a foul, then I think I've got justified grounds for complaint. We did appeal. I haven't heard anything about the appeal, so I'm assuming we just lost it and no one said anything. Okay, we're going to watch this in slow motion. Here comes Castellanos, slides in. I mean, look at that. It doesn't even touch him. Does not even touch him. It's a beautiful tackle. I was so proud of him when he did it. And then, there we are. It didn't look like a foul. So, yeah. Not happy with that. But, gonna have to deal with it. Fortunately, he's not our starting defensive or central midfielder on defend. But it does mean we don't really have a backup on the bench. Now, as for who is starting, it is basically as full strength as I can possibly get it. Unfortunately, Buonani is out, Aguirre is out, Castellanos is suspended, Lam is out, Lacam is still out, Antonio Jose is cup tied. He did really well in that Palace game, actually. Dominguez is injured, so yeah, it's not ideal. We have got some gaps in there, but we'll just have to make do. We should still be a better side than Norwich. There is no real excuse for that not being the case. And right, here we go. A treble on the line. Excuse me, I'm drinking coffee again. It's fairly early morning. Well, about 9:30, but I've been up for a while. And I need to drink it before it goes cold. Norwich's form is poor. I mean, honestly, you know, I probably said before, I work with a Norwich fan. I won't be overly disappointed if I can go back in to work on Monday and report that they won the cup final. However, obviously, from a personal point of view, I would really like it to be my team that wins it, especially as it would be a semi-historic treble. Thank you, Zizou. Oh, no, whoa, excuse me. Hang on a minute. We just need to up the match speed. There we go. That's better. Whoops, sorry. And as they kicked off for the cup final, time stood still. Right, is that still at the right speed? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if this... I mean, that's assuming we get a highlight, of course. Excuse me, I'm messing around. Okay. Had a few shots already. Let's throw out some early encouragement. Okay, here we go. Rico Lewis. Oh, you kind of tackled each other there, boys. What the blue blazes was that? I don't even know. Undlove. Fond memories of... Was it Peter Undlove? Used to play for Coventry, I think. Thank goodness he couldn't shoot straight there, because you just let him walk through, boys. A little bit easy for him, wasn't it? Right, okay, bright start, done nothing since. Marvellous. Come on, lads. I know we've won a double of sorts, because we're not counting that other trophy. No matter what the game insists on. But I will be shouting at you very shortly unless you actually get your act together. Just so you know. Oh, come on, Spike, your fullbacks are available. Somebody bring it down, not them. There we go. Right, Noah. Okay. Okay, they seem to be... Oh, come on! What are you doing? Goodness, oh, you are so getting shouted at. This is completely unacceptable. Thanks, Casas. Kasongo! Finally a shot. Well, we've had 4 shots, none of them on target. You need to sort that out. Demand more. Count yourself lucky it's not a berate. Because what I've seen so far, I have not been impressed by. I don't care what your match ratings are. I still don't think you're playing well. So, buck up, buttercup. Oh, Fairs, I'm glad you decided to not turn up. Right, Kasongo. Go on, Antonio. That is not really the sort of thing you want to be doing on a game that could be your last for the club, is it? Is that the legacy you want to leave, Kasongo? Because basically, because you did that stupid header to absolutely no one, we're now losing. So well done. Congratulations. We're not watching that back. You're going to get berated now. Crying out loud. Every time I need you to actually show up and play football, you just go on holiday, don't you? Well, it was almost a nice idea. If only you'd looked before you played it, to see if anyone was actually there. Right, Noosa. Oh, somebody hold me back. I'm going to kill Antonio Noosa. Trust me, if they score from this again, on a counter-attack after you've given the ball away. Right. You're safe now. You're not. Because, again, terrible. What are we doing? Why are we so bad? It's Editing Blind Man Jones here. As you will be able to see from the picture in the bottom left of the screen, it was at this point that I lost it. I was very unhappy with the way everyone was playing, especially certain people. There is a cracking primal screen right there. And it was at that point that I realised I'd basically ruined the recording for anyone listening without doing something like this. So that's why you're hearing my dulcet tones now, rather than the incredibly angry voice that was actually coming out of my mouth at the time. There were death threats, there was all sorts of things. I think you will probably come back just in time for me to threaten with throwing something at them at half time, which I then proceeded to do. I'm not sure as it helped me at the time. It certainly wouldn't have helped you to listen to it. And this is the reason you're getting this rather calmer voiceover now. But, I mean, keep an eye on the man in the bottom left, because he really is going for it at this point. And he really does need to learn some self-control. So, with that said, I will give you a brief bit of silence until we resume our normally scheduled programming. I mean, it's not like they haven't dominated the game utterly, is it? Throw water bottle. I don't even know if you are much better than this. You've been terrible. Right, I do just want to... I'm going to shout at you. I am furious with you. I am furious with you. And you're both coming off. Right, Clifton, on. Nuno Pedro, nice of you to not show up at all. Right, you're going to go on. I mean, if I took off everyone who wasn't playing well, we'd be forfeiting the game, because it's basically Patern Kasongo against Norwich at the moment. He can't do it all on his own, can he? Let's be honest. Let's think it through and think we've got 11 men here. Maybe more than one of them needs to play well. Right, screw you. You can... I'm going to toss for the rest of the half now, to be perfectly honest. How he didn't get booked for that is beyond me. How does no one get a foot on that? Wake me up when it's over, lads. Still no shot on target. I'm just going to berate you for the rest of the game. This is pathetic. Absolutely. But this is the sort of performance that we've been putting in and somehow managing to win a game. I mean, still no shot on target. It's nearly an hour now. One of you should have managed something. I don't care if you shoot from the halfway line if it's actually going in. It'll still count as a shot on target. And if I was Norwich, I'd be really miffed I was not further up. Oh, you should have let him make the run, then play it in. God, what is that? Yep, the one person I really do not want shooting is Stuart bloody Clifton. He's got finishing of 2 and long shots of 3. What do you think the chances are that he's going to score the goal? And he nearly damn well does. That would have been typical of you, that would, wouldn't it? Listening to me and just proving me wrong immediately. Well, it's nice to know we've realised. I mean, kick-off was good 75 minutes ago, lads. But it's nice to know some of you finally turned up. Right, well, we've already made 2 substitutions. Who else is playing like an absolute arse? Right, let's get Janafi on for Darwich. He's done nothing of any use to anyone. Right, Kasongo, you're going to have to go up front. Hayes is going to have to come in there. And Brancadori, you can sit in a corner and die for all I care at the moment. Right, that's all our substitutions made. Let's just watch us get an injury now. Just to complete the perfect day. 10 straight wins we were on, and you play like this against a team you should easily be beating. How you don't make a challenge there is beyond me. I don't know how he gets the shot away. Let's just throw a quick berate, why not? Still no one actually playing better than a 6.8 on the entire pitch for us. I don't even know if Norwich are playing well. Probably not. Their defence isn't playing all that well because it has nothing to do. I mean, you could get a goal and at least make it look like you're trying. Okay, this highlight looks like it's continuing. Okay. Interesting work, Rodriguez. Interesting work. Okay. Hayes. Rodriguez. Back to Casas. Don't entirely know why you overcomplicated that. You could have brought it down. You know, run into the box, try to get yourself tripped up or something, or, you know, get the ball to one of the men in the middle, because there were a few of them there. But no, I'll tell you what, we'll play a difficult ball back to the man on the edge of the box and give him a 20-odd yard shot that he's never going to score from. Good work. Well done. Well, this has to be one of the most pathetic cup final performances anyone's ever put in. Not the way you wanted to sign off your career with us, is it, Antonio? I didn't even score from that. Best chance of the day. No, that's it. We've had it. We're not going to score now. This is just the end of the game. Because we can't even get the ball back. I'll tell you what, Norwich will be absolutely livid if we score here. Just for a second I thought we might. And it would have been Noosa. A really good match. You weren't watching the same one I was, Sunshine. Right, I am going to dish out a number of beatings in the dressing room. I will see you after that. Right, well, I'm waiting for the inevitable backlash after I told probably about 8 of them how furious I was with them, and threw the water bottle again. So I'm sure there'll be complaints about the way you handled the team talk. At which point they will ignore the complaints I had about the way you handled the match. Anyway. The weird thing is, I have done something I've never done on this game this season, and I am bloody furious. Because that's the way we decided to end the season, with the most pathetic cup final performance I've seen in years. This is what happens when we just don't turn up. When we don't turn up, we really no-show. Right, I'm going to have a look at this squad now. Let's have a butcher's at it. Mamadashvili is out of contract. He is going. 16 million quid we won't be spending next season. Brits and Jansa I'm happy with. I've got no real need. Centre-backs, Jasper van der Ven has a trait that is annoying. Gets forward whenever possible. I don't want him doing that, but because that's a trait of his, I can't stop him doing that. So we might well be cashing in on this sort of 50-odd million quid price tag that he's got. What it does mean then is I am going to have to replace him with someone half decent, and we don't have much money, and of that 50 million quid I will get about 12, because I still only get 25% of transfer revenue because obviously massive debt. So yeah, that'll be fun. I've looked at maybe getting rid of Rico Lewis, but again I'm in the same problem as I am with Van der Ven. Like, yeah, we can get, well, at this point 25 million for him, probably, if we're lucky, and at that point I get 6 million of that. I'm not replacing that for 6 million quid, so we're probably going to have to keep him. I mean, his contract is up next season. That's 36.5 million quid we can save, because I don't think I'll be renewing it after that if I'm still here. So yeah, I mean, fullbacks wise, I don't know as I'm in a position to do anything. I mean, Fairs, despite the fact he was utterly revolting in that cup final, 6.2 by half time. At which point I killed him. This is a resurrected Joe Fairs. Aguirre is coming on quite nicely. I'm quite happy with Aguirre. Stuart Clifton, I'm not happy with. He is down as a wonder kid, and on my rating system that I have, they get a score out of sort of like, well, basically between 1 and 20, because obviously that's what the attributes are between. And he was scoring a 12.94, which was like, not as good as we really need to be a starter, clearly. We need about a 14. But he's only 19 years old. He's a wonder kid. That was his rating. He's gone down to a 12.64 in the last few months. And I don't know why he's suddenly dropping off the blooming edge of a cliff, appropriately enough. So, yeah, what we have got, being as we do play him as the left back, is Terry Riley coming through. So, yeah. Although, actually, Terry Riley, I think, is a right back. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, we don't want the financial bit. We want this bit. Terry Riley, yes, he is a right back, so that's not really any use, is it? Although we could then switch Aguirre to the other side. He is very two-footed. He's not natural on the left, but he can play there. So it might be that we maybe cash in on Stuart Clifton's value and get him gone, because he's just starting to annoy me. Central midfield on defend, Castellanos and Casas. If we can keep them fit, that is a fine pairing at that position. Lecam, hopefully next season, will stay fit. Wesley is going. James Hayes is normally a reasonable backup. Dale Lamb, who was still complaining last I heard about not being able to break into the team. I have made him a squad player now. His playing expectation should be squad player, so hopefully that'll shut him up. And I do want to use it. I mean, he got young players young player of the year was Dale Lamb, so I don't know how he thinks he won that award by not breaking into the first team. How? Think it through, Dale. Think it through. So yeah, I mean, midfield wise, I think we're okay. Al Janafi and Darvic are fine at the attacking midfield slot. Antonio Jose is coming on reasonably nicely, although I'm not sure, he might be a bit limited in where he can get to. Pedro's had a fantastic season. Bonani, when he's fit, is great. Rodriguez can be really good. Obviously, Antonio Nusa is probably going because Aguiar will switch to the left flank. We've also got a load of sort of youngsters. I mean, that'll leave us with Kasongo and Dominguez up front. Although, I mean, Kasongo can also play the advanced playmaker, which is where he has been playing, basically because Lecam has been out. But I would ideally like both of them on the pitch at the same time, if at all possible. And we are switching to a trequartista up front next season, because I think it does most of what the false nine does, but with a little bit more actual goal scoring intent as well, and a lot more sort of freedom to roam side to side as well. So yeah, we've got the likes of Tristan Taylor coming through, and a load of players who were out on loan. I mean, Terry Riley, he should be worth considering for the first team squad. Simon Jones, we'll have a look and see if he's improved. Hugo Fernie's decent. Divas has had a good season. Lalo Menendez, Filippo Fasani, Elliot Shepens. We've got some really good sort of attacking talent. So, yeah, I don't think we need much doing. So I was hoping on, sort of planning on getting a load more youngsters in the door. But we'll have to see what happens with the Van der Ven situation. I mean, he is wanted. Who's he wanted by? Barcelona. Well, stump up, you can have him. So yeah, we will I mean, if I can get Van de Ven out the door and get a decent replacement in, I mean, we've got 30 odd million in the bank or in the transfer kitty. Don't really want to spend all of it. I'm going to get precious little added to it for Van de Ven. I mean, theoretically, I can up that because with Mamadashvili's wages going, let's have a look. We've got 26 million spare in wage budget. He's 16 million, so that's 40 odd million. So as long as we don't pay whoever replaces Van de Ven, obviously also Van de Ven is on 9.5 million, so that's 9.5 million, probably another 20 million. We could end up with a decent amount to buy another good centre back to replace Van de Ven. And it's the only real change I'm considering making. And Antonio Nusa obviously will probably be going as well, which is another 10 million off the thing, another 10 or 12 million. Yeah, because I haven't got much in the way of changes that I'm thinking of, we should be okay. And this squad had obviously proven itself to be capable, except today, of winning this league quite comfortably. We haven't got a huge number of old players. Our oldest one is going. I mean, Buonani and Lewis, we'll have to see when they're coming towards the end of their contracts. Noosa, obviously, we're looking at letting go. Roston, hopefully someone, maybe one of the ones coming up through the ranks might be able to replace them. Or if I can find some good youngsters. But we'll have a see. So yeah, our financial situation is not great, but a couple of decent sales, and obviously if we sell them for like 50 million each, that should give us about 70 odd million actually in the bank to help out. Dread to think what will be on next year. What does our projection actually look like? Yeah, I mean look at that. Our projected position at the end of 2 seasons' time is £764 million overdrawn. Where does what is nearly £200 million a year go? Because I ain't spending it. I'm within my budgets. It does make it increasingly difficult to keep this team competitive if I cannot buy any proper talent. I'm going to have to rely on youngsters coming through. Right, well, I'm going to go and try and calm down a bit and have a look at our transfer situation and all that sort of fun stuff. And yeah, I can only apologise if I didn't manage to sort the sound out during the game enough that I wasn't bellowing your ears off. But you saw them play. Well, you didn't really, did you? For at least an hour. And it really annoys me because I know they're so much better than that. And they just self-destruct and willfully lose. Right. Okay. Well, thank you for joining me. We couldn't complete the treble, so it's a good job it wasn't the first one that would ever have been done, wouldn't it? Because throwing that away like that would have been even more annoying. At least this club's already done it, I suppose. Right. You will join us for the start of the new season, so I've got a lot of slog to get through, so I should shut up now, stop moaning, sort my life out, and crack on. Thank you very much for joining me. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye for now.